Good morning students, welcome back to computer science class. We were studying about control statements. In today's class we are going to study the selection statement. Before that we will learn what is control statement. As I already told you, control statements are the statements used to alter the sequence or flow of instruction. There are two types of control statements: selection statement, iteration statement. So selection statement, this statement will allow us to select a statement or set of statement based on condition. It's also known as conditional statement. This helps the programmer to take appropriate decision. There are different types of selection statements. They are simple if else if, nested if, switch statement. Simple if statement, it is also known as one-way branching. This statement is used to decide whether a statement or a set of statements should be executed or not. The decision is based on a condition which will be evaluated to true or false. You can see here the syntax, that is if condition, block of statement. If the condition is true, the statement will be executed. Otherwise, it is false, it will come out of this. It will skip the statement. It will not execute the statement, and it will execute the statement after the block of statement. We studied about if statement, simple if statement. The next statement is if else statement. This statement is called as two-way branching. So this statement helps the programmer to decide the execution of the set of statements or another set of statements. If the condition is true, it will execute a set of statements. Otherwise, it will execute another set of statements. Let us see the syntax for if else statement. The if else statement, if is the keyword, and test condition will be always in the round brackets, and the test condition, based on this test condition, the statement 1 or statement 2 will be executed. Okay, so if the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. Otherwise, it goes to the else part and it will execute statement 2. Okay, here you can see the working, that is the flow chart of the if else statement. If the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. Else, if it is false, statement 2 will be executed. Okay, otherwise, if the condition is false, statement 2 will be executed. If it is true, the condition is true, statement, only one of these statements will be executed. Both these statements cannot be executed, either statement 1 or statement 2. That will be based on the condition. Here you can see a flow chart. Start input here. We give the input as 2020. It is 2020 modulus 4. If the remainder is 0, if it is 0, it's 0. 0 is equal to 0. The condition is true. It will print it is a leap year. For example, 2019. In that case, you won't get the remainder as 0. Then the condition becomes false and it will output it is not a leap year. So it is based on this condition. It will execute either. We have studied about the selection statement. In selection statement, there are different types of statement, like if statement, if else statement, if else if statement, and nested if else statement, and the switch statement. So in today's class, we are going to learn about if else statement. If else statement is also known as two-way branching. It is known as two-way branching because we are selecting a statement from two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. One statement will be executed, that is based on the condition. Okay, if the condition is satisfied, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition is not satisfied, then statement 2 will be executed. So coming to the syntax here, if condition, if this condition is satisfied, statement 1 will be executed, else statement 2 will be executed. Okay, so if the condition, based on any condition it can be, this condition is true, okay, then it will execute statement 1, else it will execute statement 2. Okay, so here seeing the flow chart here, his condition is satisfied. If the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition is false, statement 2 will be executed. Okay, so always a condition should be written in a rhombus and statements can be written in a rectangle symbol. Okay, so now the statements are executed, whichever the statements are there are executed based on the condition. So the condition if it is satisfied, then statement 1, else statement 2. And here we have two keywords. These keywords, okay, these keywords, that is if and else. These two keywords are important when you are writing if else statement. So only we tell if else. So these keywords should be written in small letters. Okay, if and else are the keywords. Keywords means it is predefined words. Already I have mentioned in the previous classes, that is keywords are predefined words. Okay, it has some special meaning. So these keywords cannot be used as a variables, and it should be written in small letters. And one more point you have to notice, that there is no semicolon after the if condition, and the condition should always be in the open, that is braces, that is opening and closing round brackets. Okay, you cannot use any other brackets. There are different brackets like flower brackets, square bracket, and you have round brackets. Okay, so there are different kind of brackets. You have to use always the round brackets only when you write the condition, and once there is opening bracket, there should be a closing bracket, open, close, and there should not be a semicolon for the if condition. Then you have statement, then you put a semicolon, then you write else and statement 2. Okay, so you understood, I think, how the if else statement works. If this condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. It will not execute statement 2. Okay, it will execute only statement 1. If condition is false, okay, then it will execute only statement 2. It will not execute statement 1. Okay, if we see an example over here, for example, I am giving only a part of a program, that is n modulus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, suppose the n value is 10. The n value is 10. This n value I am giving it as 10, assigning it as 10. Okay, so now if the condition is satisfied, this condition is satisfied, it will print even number, else it will print odd number. Okay, so if the condition is satisfied, it print even number, else it print odd number. Okay, so for example, now n is 10. Okay, 10 divided by 2, 5, 10, 0. So 0 is the remainder. So modulus operator is used to find out the remainder. Okay, in arithmetic operators we have told plus, minus, into, slash, modulus. Modulus we have studied that. Okay, modulus means it will give you the remainder. So the remainder here is 0. 0 is equal to 0, yes. So the condition is true. The condition becomes true here because 0 is equal to 0. So then it will print even number. Okay, else, for example, you are giving this as 11. Though, now what will happen? Here you will get a remainder as 1, and here the output, that is 1 is equal to 0. No, the condition becomes false. The condition becomes false. So then we have to print odd number. Okay, it will not execute the first statement. It goes to the else statement, that is odd number, and print odd number. So either the statement or the statement will be executed. Both the statements cannot be executed. Okay, only one of the statements will be executed, that is n modulus 2, that is 1 is equal to 0. Is not true, it becomes false. So it goes to the else part and it will execute odd number. Okay, hope you understood this concept. That is, if statement is used only if there are two alternatives, that is either this or that. Okay, if this is executing means based on the condition. If the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed, else statement 2 will be executed. So what is the other name of if else statement? It is known as two-way branching. Okay, so there is two ways, that is either this or that. Okay, so this is how if statement works. So we have studied the first statement, if statement, and the second statement, if else statement. And let us see one programming example how it will work. Hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, void main. Then we have opening bracket, then hint here. Okay, so this hash include iostream and hash include conio.h are the header files. Without these header files, we cannot write any program. Okay, these are the important header files, that is iostream, that is input output stream.h. .h is an header file. Conio console input output .h is an header file. Okay, so iostream, it is used mainly for cout and cin. Okay, these functions can be used only if you use this header file. And console input output dot h. This header file is used for clear screen and get ch. Now we have a opening bracket and closing bracket. We have to open and close. If you have an opening bracket, then there should be a closing bracket. Then we have an int, that is a data type, and here is the variable name. Then you have to end with a semicolon. Okay, so but for these three statements there is no semicolon. Only the statements which is inside the void main, you have to put semicolon, and also we have to see, okay, where and where to put semicolon and where not to put semicolon. Okay, as you learn the syntax, you will come to know where to use semicolon, where not to use semicolon. Okay, then we have clear screen. Clear screen is used to clear your output screen. Okay, previously you have executed some program and you have some output on the screen. You can clear that screen before executing this program. Okay, so see out, enter the year. You are accepting a year. See in, you are accepting a year like 2020. Okay, if 2020 modulus 4, that is 2020 modulus 4 means this modulus operator is used to give the remainder. If your remainder is there and if it is 0, 0 is equal to 0, then it will print it is a leap year. Suppose the remainder is 1, in that case it will print it is not a leap year, and then get ch and we come out of the program. Okay, that is we get the output. So this is how this program works. That is to check whether a year is a leap year or not a leap year. And the next statement we have learnt about simple if statement, if else statement, and the third type of statement is if else if. And this structure helps the programmer to decide the execution of statement from multiple statements based on a condition. So if 2-3 statements are there, based on the condition which statement to execute will be decided in if else if statement. So it is called multi-way statement or if else if ladder. Okay, here more than one condition is tested, so it is called multi-way branch statement. Here you can see the syntax. If test condition, statement 1, else. If this condition becomes false, you go to the else part. If condition 2, true, statement 2. If both are false, in that case it goes to the else. Again, if condition, test condition n. This condition is true, statement n. If all these conditions are false, it goes to the else part and it will print default statement. Okay, once again I'll tell you, if condition 1 is true, statement 1, else. If the condition becomes false, then it goes to next condition. It will check this condition. This condition is true, statement 2. Otherwise, it will skip statement 2 and it will go to the next state condition, condition n. This condition is true, statement n. Else, default statement. Here you can see the flow chart. If the condition 1 is true, statement 1. If it is false, it will go to next condition. It will execute statement 2 if the condition is true. Again, if it is false, it will go to the next condition. If condition n is true, statement n. If it is false, it goes to the default statement. Okay, if you see the diagram itself, you can follow how the if else if statement is working. Correct. So if condition 1 is true, what will happen? Statement 1 is executed. If it is false, it will go to condition 2. If condition 2 is true, statement 2. If condition 2 is false, then it goes to condition n. If condition n is true, statement n. If it is false, default statement. Here is a program to check the result of a student, that is marks 85 to 100 distinction, 60 to 84 first class, 50 to 59 second class, 35 to 49 third class, 0 to 34 fail. Okay, so based on the condition we are going to check whether the student has got distinction, first class, second class, pass or fail. Okay, what is a condition for distinction? If average is greater than 85 and average is less than 100, then the student will get distinction. If the student marks is greater than 60 but it is not above 85, this condition is false. It will go to the next condition and it will check if the marks is greater than 60. If it is 60 greater than 60, then it will output first class. Okay, suppose the marks is not 85, greater than 85 or greater than 60, suppose it is 55, then this will skip all these statements, it will come here and it will check average is greater than 50, yes, it will print second class. Okay, suppose if the marks is 45, okay, that case it will check first condition, it becomes false. Again it will check the second condition, 45 greater than 60, false. 45 greater than 50, false. Here it comes 45 greater than 35, yes, so the student is passed. Okay, suppose the student gets 10 marks, then 10 is greater than 85, it is less than 100 but it is not greater than 85, so it will not execute this statement. It will go to the next condition, 10 is greater than 60, no. 10 is greater than 50, no. Okay, then it comes to the 10 is greater than 35, no. So it will output fail. So this is how an if else if statement works. So in order to declare the result of the student, we need these header files. That is, in all the programs, it is compulsory to write these header files. That is hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h. Then we have void main. Void is a data type and main is the main function. Without this main function, you cannot write any program. Then we have opening and closing bracket. Then we have int. Int is a data type and avg is the average marks scored by the student. It is a variable name. Then we have clear screen. Clear screen is used to clear your output screen. Okay, just like erasing the board. In case if anything is written, a person can write only if it is erased. Same way here previous output is there. In order to erase the previous output, what we have to do, we have to use clear screen, otherwise your previous output will be displayed. Okay, so see out, enter the average marks. We are entering the average marks, for example 90. 90 means it will check the condition, yes it's greater than 85 and it will print distinction. Suppose the average marks is 65, then it will come to the first condition, 65 is greater than 85, no, it is less than 85, so it goes to the next condition, 65 is greater than 60, yes it is greater, so it will print first class. Suppose the marks code is 55, 55 it will check first condition, 55 is greater than 85, no it is not greater, so the condition becomes false. It will not execute this statement. It will go to the next, again 55 is greater than 60, no, so it will not execute first class. It will go to the next statement, 55 is greater than 55, greater than 50, yes it is greater than 50, so then it will print second class. Okay, so if the marks scored by a student, for example, is 47, 47 is greater than 85, no it is less than 85. Okay, 47 is greater than 60, no. 47 is greater than 50, no. 47 is greater than 35, yes it is greater. Okay, so in that case it will print pass. If the student has scored 11 marks, okay, for example, so 11 is greater than 85, no it is less than 85. 11 is greater than 60, no. 11 is greater than 50, no. 11 is greater than 35, no it is less than all these values, so it will print a default statement, that is fail, and getch we are using to print the output. Then we close a bracket. Okay, so when there is opening bracket, there should be a closing bracket. Okay, so this is, we studied about the control statements. Under control statements there are two types of statements, that is selection statement and iteration statement. Under selection statement you have got simple if statement, if else if, nested if statement and switch statement. So already I have explained last week itself about the simple if else and if else if statement. I have revised the same topic again, since these topics are very important for the point of from the point of view of the exam. So you have to learn these concepts properly. For 5 marks they might ask you these questions, that is if else if, and for 2 marks or it can be asked for 1 mark or it can be asked for 3 marks. these type of questions can be asked. So it is very important concept. So you have to study this concept again properly, watch the video properly, and understand the concepts properly, because since this is an important topic, so you have to learn this topic properly. In order to write the programming, you need to learn these concepts properly. Okay, so that is why these concepts are explained again. So watch the video properly and learn programming. Okay.